What's up, and good morning, Eagle Nation. It's Jamal, aka Boss Eagle, the Firebird. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd. Getting the new year started. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to the new year. Getting started on your goals, your dreams, your visions, your aspirations, all those good things, and finding ways to be able to prioritize things, to be able to plan so that you can execute effectively. Because, you know, I really do want to see this be a great year for you guys too, in terms of, you know, going for your dreams, going for your goals, not just making New Year's resolutions, but actually being resolute to accomplishing those things, resolving with yourself to accomplish your goals, and be able to really see, you know, some great strides and some changes and some success in your life this year. So welcome to today's edition of Facebook Live for Boss Eagle Music. Again, I'm Jamal, aka Boss Eagle, the Firebird, and today I just want to get back to, you know, kind of the usual format in terms of doing, you know, kind of three topics. That's usually what I do, and so there's a lot of great things going on, a lot of stuff to talk about. Little side note: the music, the Firebird album, is starting to percolate into and matriculate into some of the digital platforms and everything. So you all keep looking out for those and keep coming back here and to Facebook and checking things out. Also on my website at bosseaglemusic.com, so you can see kind of where the music is landing and where it's popping and stuff too. And then, you know, make sure you add me to your lists and playlists and, you know, start streaming and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, so as the music is starting to kind of get out there more, and I'm starting to see it show up in different digital platforms and everything, you start to think about, like, you know, the idea of things kind of, you know, I mean, obviously music and the way that, you know, things are today with technology and social media and all that stuff, it's so much more easy. It's so much easier for things to go, you know, kind of global and all that stuff. And it's been cool to see even some of that, you know, with my first single, Firebird, and seeing just like where it's been playing and stuff. I made a video not too long ago, and I've done some posts and everything too, just talking about like where Firebird's been playing, you know, everywhere from Sweden to Turkey, Japan, you know, just kind of, you know, going all over the world, being streamed all over the world, but then also a lot of places here in the States too, you know, like Cleveland and Tampa, Phoenix, LA, San Jose. I think it's been playing in LA. I know it's been playing in San Jose, Tulsa, Miami. So just like all kinds of places, and obviously a lot here in you know, where am I at? Colorado. My camera's backwards. I'm trying to figure out how to do it and everything, but like I said, so it's been really cool to see kind of, even just with my first single, where things have been going and where things have been landing. So it's been really cool. But lately I've been feeling like, you know, like I really want to, like, yes, you know, kind of the approach that I've taken and kind of that I hope for, you know, for my music, and what kind of how I've described, you know, the approach that I want to have is local feel with global appeal. You know, just that idea of like, you know, like I'm just the local homegrown guy here, you know what I mean? But having, you know, sonically and you know, in terms of just the production and writing and everything too, and just the appeal of the music overall, that have kind of a global appeal where people, you know, of all backgrounds and nationalities and things could enjoy the music. But lately I've really been, probably like even really so much in the last couple of days, not that I hadn't thought about this before, but really been wanting lately to really focus on local. And just that idea of like winning over the hometown crowd, you know what I mean? Winning over the home team, you know, getting that home field advantage, right? And I remember back earlier last year in April, I was out in LA at the ASCAP Expo, and I met a guy who's the director of A3C, which is a big hip hop conference in Atlanta every, I believe, October, I think it is, or August. I think it's October. And I think his name is Mark Wahlberg, I think. Because I remember it sounded a lot like Mark Wahlberg, but I think it's like Mark Wahlberg or Waller. And it was really cool just to kind of like, he was just chilling, and we ended up just talking and everything. And that was kind of one of his suggestions too, is, he was like, win over your home crowd. He's like, I've seen it to where artists, they travel, they go to other places, and then he's like, and when you can't come back home, like, what I mean? He's like, that's a sad thing. It's bad. He's like, so, he's like, try to, pull a 100 spot, like right where you are, like right in your hometown and everything. And so that's something that I definitely want to look forward to doing, is really focusing and kind of concentrating right here in Colorado. That's where I am, what I mean, up here a mile high in that rarefied air, baby. But yeah, just really focusing on, trying to really get, get more gigs here and performing more around here, and really starting to establish that local base and everything too. Again, it's so crazy because of the way that technology is, and being in the digital age and all that stuff, where we have all these streaming platforms. Like, absolutely, there are people all over listening to, to the song and everything, the first song that was on there. Now, as the album itself starts to land on some of these platforms, hopefully people will start to listen to the other songs as well. But as far as like one of the things that I want to do that's really kind of near and dear to me, that I'm passionate about, is performing. And I love being on stage. I love just the music going, the crowd being right there. And, I figured like, what better place to do that than like kind of right where you are. I have booked my first out of state performance in St. Paul, coming up here in just about a month, in St. Paul, Minnesota. But I think I'm really excited about just, even as, recently here, I've been starting to look at more venues like right around here. And again, I was before too, but really wanting to be more focused on that, and kind of saying, hey, let me like really, because I love this place. I love Colorado. I love, being from here and everything. And so I want to make sure that, I'm focusing that attention here as an artist, being that this is my home. This is where I am and everything too. So if there's any, venue bookers out there, for venues, colleges and universities, all those types of things, hit me up, bosseaglemusic.com, you know what I mean? Hit me up. So, and let's set something up, start performing. So that's one of the things that I really want to focus on, kind of, especially in this first part of the year, and continuing forward too, but really kind of saying, okay, I want to just kind of not completely step back, because, you want to still do those things where you're putting those feelers out, and you're trying to, get that music exposure elsewhere, but really wanting to concentrate on, starting to really gig around Colorado, really starting to get up and down the Front Range, even get up in some of the mountain areas too, and just really start promoting the music and really connecting that with that vibe and that connection of, all being Coloradans and everything. So that's one thing I'm really excited about, and I'm looking forward to, is that kind of that idea of, winning over the hometown crowd, winning over the home crowd, and being able to establish some of those relationships, even with other artists from here too, and be able to just really kind of propel that and have that solid launch. And you see a lot of the success for folks that have that too, that really can say that, like, not only do they rep their city, but their city's got their back too. Like, I think of Macklemore, I imagine that, like, Seattle and everything, it's just behind him 100. So, and then, because you're kind of bringing your state, you're bringing your town with you and everything too. And so, with that, one of the things that I've been, that I want to be focusing on as well, like, because obviously, I love performing, but really want to focus also on radio, because I feel like radio has some opportunities to be able to get the music out there as well, and for you to be able to share that music. And I know some people, tend to think about, like, well, radio is kind of like a dinosaur, and it's, like we're in the digital age now, and so, like, radio's terrestrial and all those other things. But one of the things I've been thinking about lately is particularly community radio. And the reason is because as an independent artist, it's like you can pretty much forget top 40 stations. I mean, most of your commercial stations are owned by probably like two companies, Clear Channel being one of them, and I forget the name of the other. But really, that's about it. You know what I mean? And they're not open, I think, a lot of times to playing local or independent artists. They play the top 40, the top 40 stuff and the popular hits. But with community radio, because they don't fall into those same kind of guidelines, they can really kind of do a lot of whatever they want. Just from my understanding, as long as they, own the source, right? So you could drop off a CD and now technically they've got that, or, kind of thing. And so, as long as the programmers have the access to it. And so that's one of the things I'm really excited about too. And I've gotten to do that a little bit already. My first in-studio performance was with KCSU is the radio station at Colorado State University, my alma mater, and that was a ton of fun. That was last summer, and then not too long ago, right before my album release party, I did a drop-in with a community radio station up here called KRFC 88.9 FM. So shout out to KRFC. And so like kind of those that campus radio, the community radio, something I really want to focus on, because especially with community radio, and if there's any musicians out there listening, think about this, those community radio stations, I mean, they're the way they stay afloat, the way that they continue to operate day to day is based off of, the support of their listeners in the community. So even if you're in a town of, say like even only 10,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 people, but they have a solid following on their community radio station, that could potentially be, upwards of 10, 20, 50,000 people who could hear your music, that you have access to these people. You can probably call and say, hey, can I do a drop in? Can I come in and do a little, in studio performance or something like that? And then using the technology to also get yourself out there. So what I've done when I've had my couple of radio station opportunities, I've done a Facebook Live. So I'll just set up my phone or an iPad or whatever, just do it on a laptop and just Facebook Live the experience. That way you're sharing it out with people too, but then you have that concentrated, you're right there in the station being broadcast over the airwaves to their listeners. And then hopefully, you start to develop and build that relationship more and more and more. And then you start expanding to other radio stations. So I know that sometimes, people probably think that like radio is kind of dying. We're in the digital age now with the Spotifys and the Pandoras and all that stuff. And we are. But I would say also, don't forget about radio, because, people still drive cars. And guess what they turn on? Radios. People still are at work in their cubicles, and guess what they're turning on? Radios. And with so many radio stations, because they stream over the internet now, it gives you even more access. So, and more opportunities to share your music. So one of the things for me, I just dropped off my CD to a big radio station in Colorado. It's Colorado Public Radio. Reached out to one of the programmers there, so I'm waiting to hear back, and hopefully she'll listen to my album soon here. So I'm excited about that. Excited to hear back. So yeah, definitely I'll keep you guys posted on that as well, as I continue to journey, and kind of down that route too. So I actually hear my kids coming back in. So hey, this is real life, y'all. I tried to sneak in my Facebook Live real quick while the kids were out. But last thing I just wanted to talk about real quick is one of the great ways you guys can also support independent musicians is by buying merchandise. So I do have merch for sale. Yay! So I got some merch for sale. If you go to my website, bosseaglemusic.com, I've got my latest T-shirt, my first run of the Boss Eagle T-shirts. Got some stickers, drawstring backpacks. I've got CDs too. So if you want to have one of those copies of a CD, again, my songs, it's on iTunes now and everything. But if you want to have that physical copy, go ahead and order one. You can just keep it for nostalgia. You don't even have to open it. And if you send me a message, I'll sign it for you or something. You know what I mean? So definitely check out the merch section, bosseaglemusic.com. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll see some of the different merch I have for sale. I have sunglasses, Boss Eagle sunglasses, some white shades that come with a pouch, come with a cleaning pouch, carrying pouch. And again, I got the T-shirt, got the stickers, got the drawstring backpack, got the CD as well, the hard copy of the Firebird album. So go to bosseaglemusic.com. I will be probably also soon here running a little sale too, so be checking out for that too, because I'll run a sale on some of the merchandise as well. Maybe do some free shipping. So keep your eyes peeled for those things too. But send me a message. Let me know if you're like, hey, when's that sale coming out? Because I want to buy something and I'm low on funds. Like I'll let you know, and then we can get you the discount and everything like that too. But I will be running a sale here probably pretty soon. So make sure you check out the merch area on bosseaglemusic.com, and don't forget, guys, to join the Eagle Nation mailing list. That's the best way for us to be as musicians, as independent musicians, to be able to stay in touch with our audience. Join the mailing list. If you click on the link in this description. It says join the Eagle Nation mailing list, and if you do that, you can also get a free download of my lyric sheet. I have a little lyric sheet, like a little mini poster with a really cool picture taken by one of my photographers, Emily Coffey, who's actually on the album as well. She sings on one of the tracks, and she did some sweet pictures for me. So if you go to that link in the description and you click on that, it'll take you to, I have a little splash page to be able to sign up for the mailing list, and then you'll immediately be able to download a lyric poster for the song Firebird, and you can just keep that as a little memento or whatever. I mean, you can make it your screensaver or your desktop wallpaper, you know what I mean, whatever. So make it your phone wallpaper. That's cool too. Or just kind of have it, you know, just for a keepsake kind of thing too, and start collecting all the Boss Eagle stuff, you know, the lyric poster, the album, get your merch and stuff, and then hopefully maybe, you know, I'll see you on a stage near you and I can sign some stuff for you. We can take some pictures and you can be like, man, I saw that cat when he was like doing small shows with like 10 people, you know what I mean, and everything. But yeah, definitely appreciate you guys' support. Thank you again. And if you didn't know, if you haven't heard, the Firebird album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard Heat Seekers regional chart. So I'm super excited about that. Thank y'all so much for your support in that as well. And other than that, guys, again, you know, leave comments below. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me what you're doing. What dream do you have? What goal do you have? What are you trying to achieve this year? How I can encourage you and help inspire you, and hopefully these videos do as well. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you on a stage near you sometime soon. All right, y'all. God bless, and I'm going to see you when I see you. Peace.